So you guys, your journeys have been quite successful, and I know maybe everyone has something that you could have wanted to tell other students who are willing to come here. Particularly when it comes to GMAT, for instance, Charity and Rian, Humphrey, you also did GMAT.
I have to tell
the
other side.
The race, you have to tell also the other side. Jeffrey,
yep.
You also did twice of the race.
Twice.
You have to tell that story.
Yep.
And we enjoy. You did GMAT. You have to tell that story. You have to tell that story.
It's not easy. Come on,
This guy was almost doing GMAT the whole time.
Thanks to her, thanks to her.
I think the same case with Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Jeffrey was also almost doing GMAT the whole time.
Yep.
And you have to tell them, no, the maximum you can do is
Why are you doing this?
So I don't know where to start. Maybe I can start with
Charity. Yeah.
She's the
top student.
Top student. When it comes to when you are for your age na GMAT.
Yeah.
When you are shy kana.
Hello, amefika hii side.
Let's talk about those.
Yeah. She got 620.
Yeah. 630. Don't less than.
630. Tuchanue na tuambie ulifanya nini, because I think you didn't even spend a lot of time kufanya hiyo mtihani. Yeah. And if there is a person mwenye alikuwa make up mind yake on joining the program, when according to information yenye nilipata kutoka kwa Bob, she's the one. Yes, she just got information from Facebook, and without asking anything, she paid.
Kama nijui ulikuwa na pesa.
Pesa pia ilikuwa inanisumbua.
Oh.
Yeah.
Acha jiongelee.
Mtu eleze.
GMAT is not like the typical Kenyan exams. I think that's the problem. Like most students don't realize. For any student who might find this video and you're preparing to sit for your GMAT, just take some time and learn how GMAT is graded. Like hawachukuangi tu ati umepata A mara 5, we multiply by 2. GMAT is also graded differently from the Kenyan system, like the exams that we do in Kenya. For you to successfully sit for the GMAT, there is a way that exam inakwanga twisted to measure like your brain capabilities. There are so many factors that determine whether utapita GMAT. How you slept last night, like how mentally stable you are by the time that you're sitting for that exam. Juu kuna vile, like you can wake up kama uko sawa, sit for the exam, get a 600. Uende job, urudi jioni kama you're tired, sit for the same exam, the same questions, get a 400.
Yeah.
So like GMAT, you really need to be stable. Other the students that I've talked to, like the people who are preparing to sit for the exam, most of the time I do tell them, other the last 2 days to exam, don't even read anything. Kaa chini, relax. By the time you're going for that exam, make sure that you sleep well. Fika pale UNICEF kama ujatense. Sit for that exam kama like you're mentally stable.
Huko niambia hivyo ndio nifanye mara 3.
Huko hii nipigie, so ulikuwa unaongea na Karendi. You never called me, so that's where you went wrong.
You just wish.
No, I
Nilienda
wrong na tuko na.
The reason why with here I also passed GMAT pia at the same time nilisema for GMAT pia, like they do test how you've grasped the concepts, and at the same time how you're utilizing your time. Like all the questions in GMAT, like I think all the questions that are usually tested in GMAT, all those questions have a way to be done in 2 minutes, other less than 2 minutes. All the questions. So ukienda kusoma hiyo GMAT for the people who are reading for those exams pia. At the same time, like hata kama ni math, all those maths zinawanga na a shorter way of doing that exam in 2 minutes. So even when you're preparing for that, don't use all thousands of formulas. You andika 3 pages for you to get to the final answer. Even when you're practicing for the exam, like when you're doing your practice, look for the shortest ways the simplest ways you can define that question to be able to work around it in less than 2 minutes. When zile swali zenye you can't manage, I remember I also talked to Enoch. Mimi probability na zilikuwa ni probability na combination and permutations. I never read those things. I went for GMAT like kama sijazisoma because that's the only part in math that I wasn't getting it right. So I'm kind of like it was a lot of struggle. So I perfect all the other areas in maths. Now I didn't read that, but sijasema mtu asisome. So the moment I went for the exam, I only found one exam in permutation. I guessed mara moja. The moment niliona between permutation na combination, juu najua hapa sijasoma, I didn't waste time on that. Nika guess, nikaenda next. Juu najua hapa you're going to waste your time na you're not going to get it right at the same time. So why waste your time? Nikaenda next. And also pia when you're doing your exam, I think pia I remember nikianza verbal. Like nilienda exam and I was so confused at first when I started that exam. I even forgot my glasses. Nikiingia exam room. Hadi nikainua mkono nikaletewa glasses and I was doing it so bad. Nilianza na verbal, so I was doing it so bad that I had to call myself for a meeting. Nikajua hapa nikiendelea hivi GMAT I won't be able to make it. So you need to be very stable here. And then pia I also feel like the way you start pia your exam, unajua unaweza anza na verbal, unaweza anza na quote. Anza na yenye you know that you're so comfortable in, at least ikupe motisha. Mimi nilianza na verbal and I wasn't getting anything in verbal. So by the time like inafanya una tense. Na ukitense, you're done.
That is
Yeah.
Just start with the area that you think that you're comfortable in. At least inakupea psyche ya kufanya hiyo exam. Hata ukienda the next section, unajua at least you've seen something that you can be able to handle. Inakupea tu kale confidence that to go ahead with the exam right. Nimesahau vitu mingi. I think walinipigia juu na I was a better GMAT guide at that time. Like right now I forgot so much about GMAT. So that's the much that I can say.
But those some great insights for anyone who is really preparing to sit for the GMAT, because GMAT is about taking everything into perspective. Everything.
Yeah.
If you mess, you miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cost you.
True.
Yeah. So I don't know which pattern to use. I don't know if we go now to the other side or we just
Can
get
go to that side.
yeah.
You know, at the same time, I was like, yeah, the way like we do videos za kwanza kugrade, people are different when you're studying for GMAT. Like maybe msee akiniuliza how I got a 48 point, I was a math teacher.
Yeah.
So like
it was something I used to.
Mnafahamu kuwa na interview na hawa
of time.
waseme hizo vitu vile walipita.
So like mimi ukiniuliza alafu kuna mtu mwenye maybe hata hajashika kitabu ya math kwanza ya high school, hizo ndio vitu mob zilikuwa zinatestiwa in GMAT. Kuna mtu hajashika hiyo kitabu in 5 years. So mimi na yeye like we are not in the same page. Kuna mtu pia maybe the last time alishika kitabu ni miaka gani. So like I can't guide that person. I can't. So GMAT pia starts like learning. It's good for you to know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Ukijua the last time ulishika vitabu juu tuko na watu kwa program wenye graduated in 205 huko. Like kuna watu. So huyo mzee na mimi mwenye graduate 2019, mzee na 2019.
Una feature ndio. Tuko nao hapa.
Na nini?
Wale graduate lini?
205.
2018. Mtu atuothiri kwa na
Charity. Charity was explaining something very, very crucial because there are students who join the program and they're like, let me take these 3 months because it's saying that after 3 months I'm going to raise it. It isn't about like, it's not like we require you to do after 3 months. It's about you to assess yourself.
I feel like
If you are good in 3 months, you know this is the time. You should feel that from inside you. There's no stipulated time. And of course, you should take some rational time. Like you should not stay forever preparing for GMAT. And also you should not rush at the end of the day.
And I think it's also important to understand yourself. If you know you can't juggle work
Yeah.
and books. Don't
Exactly.
try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you need to take a break, ask for leave. If you need to quit the job, quit the job.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to build a better future for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a very noble cause. So sometimes you can even decide to do away with the jobs that are not really fulfilling you, so that you can prepare for it, because you know you are preparing for your future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's some really nice insights. There's some great insights into your experience. We can go to Miriam, Humphrey, and then we'll hear the other side of the story. Yeah.
Ni msiongee sana, mkupita sana. Niongee tu kidogo tu, yani ile exaggerate.
Your time is coming. Your time is coming.
Mseme tu ya 550, msiongee bandazera.
Yeah, so actually, me what I'll add to that, to passing the GMAT, I scored a 550, but that's not the best that I would have done on that day, considering I was sick while doing the exam, by the way. I was very unwell, and anxiety is one thing that overcame me. I was, nakumbuka the material day, I lost sleep at 1 a.m. I was awake. By the time I had my exam at 9, I had been awake for 8 hours. So I was really feeling sleepy. Nikaanza na verbal, I was feeling so exhausted. I realized I was in the real examination and I passed the 5th question. Nafanya, like, no, I'm going so too fast. And I'm in the real exam. Then I started being serious. So I think with the GMAT exam, one thing that I can say that helped me, I can say, is a group discussion. We used to discuss virtually. Karendo was one of our group members that kama excuse later on to join a group that all of them say. Actually, in our group, all of us passed.
But all of them are here. They are group and group yenu kwa hapo. Wote kwa hapa bana. So hiyo unafaa uangalie. Just hapa kwa group yetu bana. Wewe.
So actually
wote tuko hapa.
Bottom line.
Bottom line hapa. Sio fanya kuwa huko.
Anyway, so me that was a commercial break. So,
Sure.
yeah. So what I was saying is that group discussion helps so much, because I had a very effective group discussion. Tulikuwa tuna discuss on a daily, like 2 hours a day. Yeah, we used to have an effective group discussion 8 to 10. I was working from home, so we could have that time discussing 8 to 10 with the group's members virtually. And I can say it helps, especially for people that are working. You need a group discussion. You can't read on your own. So take inputs, especially from especially guys when umetoka shule the other day, they're very fresh inputs. Sasa zinaweza kusema unadharau mtu hapa ati huyu amemaliza shule jana, wewe ulimaliza shule 201. Hapana. Maybe ulimaliza shule when this was being born. Just blend. Masomo inawaleta pamoja. You are all pursuing the same dream. So group discussion is very crucial, because what Wilfred knows, what Dennis knows, I don't know. You get?
Yeah.
So you get fresh perspectives from other people. Group discussion is very important. And the material day, just as Charity said, the material day, whatever happens on that day, is very crucial to your passing. Make sure you are very composed. Don't be like me, who was very anxious on that day. I lost my sleep at 1 a.m. I was so nervous. Watu watulia. As Charity said, don't read 2 days to your examinations. Watu watulia. Just have your time, sleep, get composed. Just know that there's no death after GMAT. Utapita tu na utakuwa hapa. Dennis will tell that story. Utakuwa hapa. Siko mbaya. Unaona? Yeah. Unaona? It's not the end of everything. Like, you'll do the GMAT, you'll succeed. If you don't do it, doesn't mean you are not successful after all. There's life after the GMAT. That's what I keep telling people. It's not everything. Unaona? Yeah. Do your best. Ikishindikana, still God has a plan for you. To me, that's what I can
That's
say.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, that's some really, if someone really takes into account what you're trying to explain, then they should brace themselves for success in the exam.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much.
You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by Upstack America. Upstack America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.upstackamerica.com. Upstack America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential within you.
Now, what made you like, or what insights would you like try to?
No, actually, I'll be very honest. But
And why did you like
fail three
the
times?
same? Fail 3 times.
And to tell you honestly,
Two
because
times.
the student, na by the way, hii watu nimewaza najua kama unatumia hizi video by the way, unatumia. Be very honest.
Yeah.
So, pertaining maybe GMAT, let me be very honest with the student. Well, sasa niko serious by the way. Hata niambia wasi wenye watafeli ya ukweli. So, I did GMAT twice and didn't get the pass mark. I guess I mixed work and GMAT. That's one thing that you really need to be very careful. This is a lifetime thing, by the way. So, for those students who don't have consigners, by the way, don't even think of mixing work and GMAT. GMAT is not a joke thing, unajua. So you really need to focus, and especially if you don't have a consigner here in America. I thank God I'm lucky that I had a consigner, but GMAT is very important, by the way. I did my exam twice, as you have heard. The first one I got for 40, the second one for 90. But for you to probably maybe be successful in the program and to get the funding, you need GMAT. So I had a hard time funding myself. I can't say it was that easy. I had to do a lot of things to get that money. So I'm urging those guys, I'll be very brave. I'm urging those guys that really want to be in the program, kindly just figure out on GMAT. Don't be lied. At you join the para, you come very fast. You'll just join, but financially you need to GMAT yourself. Unajua? If you don't have to do the GMAT, financially you have to do something. So I'll be very honest with you. If you do GMAT, those guys are more, they passed through GMAT. Trust me, I saw them. They had very easy time on transitioning to be here. For a guy like me who really never passed the GMAT, unajua, I really had to struggle. So I'm being very honest with you. Work on that GMAT thing, unajua. That one will really help you. So that's all probably I can say. And those on the aspect of me failing, I never failed because I used to get half of the marks out of 800. I used to get out past 400. But now for me to get the funding, I had to get 550. So I never scored that one because I was mixing work and GMAT. Plus another thing, I really realized that I needed to be serious when this thing, I had nothing else. Actually, I had to resign my work. The last one I really passed because that's all I could have done. So the 491 I passed. Mimi najishukuru. I want to thank myself. But you guys who want to come, kindly do something. Work on that GMAT. Kwa wale watu ambao walinisupport kwa hiyo kusoma hiyo GMAT, Mungu awabariki sana, because were it not for hiyo mara tatu singekuwa hapa sahi. So kudos kwa wase pia walijaribu mara mbili na wakafail. But you guys don't even dare that. Financially you will be depressed.
Yeah, and to add to that, in fact, the thing is, if you don't get 550 and above in GMAT, you don't get funding from the SACCO. And if you fail twice, the option that now remains for you is to join the parallel program, whereby you take care of all your relocation expenses.
Which is a bit expensive.
Which is very expensive.
For a Kenyan guy.
It is.
Where?
Yeah,
So
exactly
it's
my
a lot
point
of
as I
money.
was saying. Like,
Yeah.
GMAT is not the end of life. You know,
Yeah.
unajua, Kenya, we have made exams look like that everything.
Yeah.
I've heard of people committing suicide after KCP, KCSE examinations. So GMAT is not the end of life. Ukishindwa hapo, it's only that you will go deeper into your pockets
Yeah,
to get the money
exactly,
to fund yourself coming here. So even if you fail the second, the third time, you can come in here, but only that it will cost your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it's very important if you are able to do your best in GMAT, just give the best you can, because when it comes to evaluation for GAs like UAH, they just consider people who have done GMAT and they have competitive scores. If you don't have such, it becomes difficult to be considered for assistantships. So that's why it's very fundamental. Maybe Karendi or Mutua or either can share something, and then
what I would say about GMAT is what everyone has said. I'll reiterate and say that do not mix it with work. If you have to quit, just quit, or just go for that. Naitwa sabbatical leave or what? Yeah, that one. Because me nakumbuka nilikuwa na meet GMAT. I have virtual meetings. I'm going for site to inspect site construction. I'm going, as in, it was just a mix up of everything, you know. Nikifikiria ni quit job, naona hapana. I can't quit because I really need this money, you see. But at the end of the day, if you sometimes opportunity cost, you give up something you give up something that is in the short run, but in the long run it will benefit you. So that is the advice that I give to people who are sitting for GMAT right now, and to people who failed. It's not the end of the journey. I failed and I'm here. All that I would want to tell you is that usijifungie, like unasikianga mtu alisit GMAT akapata 500, you just so quiet, you're not interacting with other guys in the program, you're just on your own expecting Wilfred to come looking for you, or Bob or DNK to come looking for you. But if you keep communicating with the guys in the program, you will get updated on the things that are actually happening in the program. Because mimi kama si, like my interaction with several people, I wouldn't have known that this is the parallel program. Because I remember that day when I failed the second attempt, DMK called me and told me about the parallel program, and I considered it, because at the end of the day I really wanted to be in the US. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much I'm going to spend, but I really wanted to be here. And you cannot give up a dream that you worked for a whole year just because of a few. Well, it's a lot. It's a lot of Kenyan shillings, but at the end of the day, it's nothing when you compare to the dollar here. Right? Yeah, so that's my advice. Yeah, usijifungie. If you fail GMAT, talk to people. Don't just sit there and relax expecting Wilfred to call you or Bob. Umepata 500 or 510, you're just there expecting to be called. You have to do your homework. GMAT is not everything. You pass GMAT, you have to push on applying for schools, for funding, to write those CV resumes and SOPs. Do not expect people to write for you. You are a brilliant student, so put your hands to work. Yeah. And that's my advice to you guys. And a group, if you can get into a group, that would really help you. Yeah.
Great insights.
Yeah, actually, to add on that point, kukuja US is like a personal initiative. Sure. All of us here can attest to like how personal effort, despite what Wilfred and Bob were doing and the program were doing, personal effort has brought you here.
Yeah.
If we sat down, we are the ones like Wilfred, you know, looking for those visa slots, staying up night, doing what is expected of us, personal effort leads you here. Wilfred is in the US. Bob is in the US. You don't expect these people really to come and push you to do something that you are supposed to do. So if you know exactly what you are supposed to do, don't wait for Wilfred to come and tell you that you are supposed to do ABC. Just do it. Push Wilfred, not the other way around. Push Wilfred, do this for me, I need to be here. You are the one who wants to be in the US.
Also checking the emails.
Yeah, check your emails, get updated, check your school's admissions, check with your lenders whether they have responded, follow up, and yeah, that's the only way that you can be helped. Also talk to people, as Karendia said. Talk to people. It's only through liaising with people so that you can know you are doing the right thing. You can be seated there doing the wrong thing and actually no one knows whether you are existing. Sure. Don't be lost in the process, because there are many people that are interested in coming to the US. Mutual, you are quiet.
Probably just to say, don't take too long to do the exam. Ukijoin, because inaingia kwa akili. Kama tukisoma sana, inaingia kwa akili. Just take maximum 3 months. Do the exam and see how it goes. Yep.
Oh, wow. If someone will listen intently to whatever has been raised here, then their journey is gonna be easy to navigate through. I know there's so much we can talk about. It's only that sometimes time is limited. I see Marianne is almost sleeping.
It's 2. You should tell them it's 2.
Actually, it's 2 a.m. here. So it's
2 a.m. here in America.
Yeah, America.
What time in Kenya?
In Kenya,
Around 10.
9 hours. 9 hours.
11.
9 hours ahead of us.
11:15.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you even coming and finding you in good shape, everyone. And America is doing you great. Keep the momentum. Take your schoolwork very seriously, because that's actually what has brought you here. There's so many things that can happen to people in America. Just know where you belong, and don't forget where you've come from, because if you forget where you've come from, it's gonna create a crisis in your life. You just be anywhere to almost every person. You'll be available to every person. Which should not be the case. You have to take your affairs very seriously and be protective of yourself, because not everybody here in the US has good intentions, and it's going to balance also everything that you find yourself doing, because at the end of the day, you'll be judged much more about on basis of what you did the time you're in school, the time you got this opportunity to do your Master of Science.
Yeah.
That is gonna be the meat of judgment. So be serious. There's a journey ahead. If there's anybody who needs some kind of help, we are there to continue helping you guys. And you see, the program is laying groundwork for even absorbing you guys after school. So this is an opportunity for everyone who is there and is trying to do everything that is related to what the program wants. And if you become successful, then that means that you stand even a better chance of grasping these opportunities. And staying in America will not be very challenging for you, because after school now, you can imagine the number of people, of students who are completing school, how they have to figure out what's the next step. I have a friend who has had to defer so many, not do some units or earn some more units in a course, so that she can remain in school, because she doesn't know where she needs to go after school. So that's why the program is there, and we hope everybody will become successful, because if I become successful, there are people who will benefit. If you become successful, There are people who will benefit. And that's the whole essence of everything. And at the end of the day, we're gonna be a strong community that will transform our country, that will transform our homes, our families, and make them better. Because everybody here has some expectation of us. In all spheres, there are people who the only hope they have is seeing you progressing, because they know at the end of the day, they can also depend on you. It might not be materially, but when you are here, you can give information to someone else to come and benefit from the same. You can give information to someone about the program and they become a success through the program. So it's not something that we want to own or anybody can own, but it's something that is there for everyone. So mine is just to wish everyone the best. We'll be talking more and we'll be engaging more, even as myself, even as I take my final stretch. I know you guys are destined for greatness, because there's nobody in the program who did not perform well. So even in school, set the bar so high that even the professors will respect the Kenyan community. But if you guys fail, if there are people who will fail in the group, it's gonna start even creating a bad reputation of the Kenyan students who come here.
Yeah, sure.
So let's raise the bar high. Let's be focused. Let's avoid things that can bring us down, and keep ourselves together as a family.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Maybe I don't have much more, unless there's someone who has some parting shots, then I'm done.
I guess we're good. We just kushukuru tu Mungu. Not much. I guess we'll have more as tukiendelea.
Yeah.
But yetu ni kushukuru tu na kusema Mungu awabariki sana, because you really did your part and you're here.
Yeah.
So it's upon us now to do the rest, and it's upon you guys to help other batches pia wakuja hii side. So God bless you. That's all we can say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night to everyone.
Yeah, good night.
Thanks.
You've been watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, brought to you by Upstack America. Come back next time to hear more steps and missteps that I took on the path to becoming a successful immigrant in USA. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.